Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another Transformers Siege review. But before we get to talking about the figure, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you're watching this video right here and are not a subscriber to Patriot Prime Reviews, please hit that subscribe button right now. I am trying my best to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of October for TFCon in Reston, Virginia. And I think at the time of this recording, I'm only about 30 subscribers away. So please, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button right now. It won't cost you a thing, but will help me and my channel out tremendously. So hashtag 2000 by TFCon. Now the figure I'm going to talk about in this review has been out for quite some time, and that is Siege Shockwave. Now I waited on this guy because after seeing all the different video reviews saying how nobody really cares for all the junk that he came with. You're paying a $50 price tag for a Voyager class figure. So I waited, I held off, and I finally snagged this guy for around $35 on eBay. And the main reason I wanted to get him was I had a set of non-F upgrade hands for him that was gifted to me by a good friend of the channel, Shane High. So I've had this guy, he's been sitting in the back on the table for quite some time, and a subscriber asked me, are you ever going to review Shockwave and Ultra Magnus? So I hadn't thought about it because so many reviewers have, and those figures have been out for such a long time, but it was requested, so why not? Now I'm going to do Shockwave first because he's been on the table for quite some time. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this one-eyed wonder and give you my thoughts on him. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, since I bought Shockwave off of eBay, I don't have the packaging to show off, so here you go. Now that that's out of the way, I'll show you what he did come with. You've got a nice sheet of instructions here, just like all the Siege figures. Very well illustrated so you can see what you're doing. And my gosh, Shockwave, he got a damn poster. And it's upside down. So yeah, so you can figure out how to transform him, then hang it up on your wall, whatever you want to do. So there is that. Moving on to Shockwave himself. He is some sort of battle cruiser or dreadnought, and I think this mode is fantastic. It's definitely a unique look for Shockwave. Usually he's either a gun or a tank. I don't think he's ever been a ship. Of course, if I'm wrong, you'll let me know in the comments. But this thing is cool. This is one of those ships you'd see in a sci-fi movie, you know, it's coming in like so. But yeah, I really like the ship, and it has some amazing details to it. Lots and lots of molded details, very few paint applications, but what paint applications he has really works. You've got silver there on the guns, silver and translucent plastic there on the front. So that looks like a giant mega cannon or world ender. You know, you could see this ship flying in over an Autobot stronghold and just laying waste to it. I mean, look at the guns. You've got guns. There's double barrel cannons up top, double barrel cannons here on the wings, cannons here. I mean, there are cannons everywhere. Even on the back, that looks like missile pods. I love this. This thing looks awesome. Now he does have a hose, and the hose you can either pull it out, and there's multiple places you can stick it. There's a hole there, holes everywhere. Up there on top, you can even plug it into one of the arms. I like putting it right there. Kind of has it out of the way, but you kind of wonder if this ship goes into battle, will this cannon blow the hose off? But hey, you gotta use your imagination. This thing has great light piping too, as far as see the bridge here, if I can get the light to shine down. That looks really good. So yeah, I really like Shockwave's ship mode. I think it's fantastic. It's got little tiny landing gear underneath, just here in the front. So it doesn't balance the greatest, but it is what it is. So now let's go ahead and get him transformed to robot mode. Now the big issue with this character, this figure, is that most of the ship is made up of parts forming. And so to remove the parts, you're going to take that hose off. The sides here on the front, you're going to pop those loose. And this whole front section comes off. Put that to the side. On the back, just pop the wing sections off. Put those to the side. And that one. So now you're left with what looks like a nice homage to Shockwave's G1 gun form. Of course, you got to take these fins, fold those in, and the landing gear folds into the barrel of the gun. Then you'll take the hose, plug the hose here up top. So yeah, that looks really, really cool. I dig it. Could use a little collar inside the barrel of the gun. The handle could definitely use a little bit of length to it, but without a doubt, that is Shockwave's gun mode. Lots of nice detail on that also. I really like it. Like the rubber hose, nice throwback. So to finish transforming Shockwave to robot mode, you're going to make sure this section right here, the handle, pull that out, and then you're going to separate the bottom half, which are the legs. So you got to separate those and the handle. It can be a little tricky. You got to get your thumbnail in just right, get that apart, get the legs apart, and then you're just going to kind of accordion the legs out. Get those up and over. Then you're going to take these sections and they will fold in, covering that big hollow spot. And now you're going to turn the leg right here at the knee a 180. So there you go. Now for the front, take the hose off once again, and you're going to open the front section up, bring down. This reveals the robot arms. Bring those down. Fold that back together and down, pegging into the back. Now you have Shockwave's arms. Bring those down. Take the hose. Put that in the robot or the blaster arm. Take this section, pull down, revealing Shockwave's head. Flip it out. Close it back up. You gotta line that up just right. I have problems with that every time. All right. This is being so difficult. There we go. Went right in. Shockwave's robot mode is fantastic and a perfect throwback to Generation 1. He's got great collars, a translucent chest, fantastic light piping once again. I mean, check that out. It almost looks like it's battery operated. This is a great looking figure. The molded details throughout equal that of the ship mode. He's got nice Tampograph Decepticon logos there on both forearms. He looks wonderful. Now, as far as articulation's concerned, the arms do a complete 360 and can go up and down. There is a swivel at the elbow. There is a wrist swivel as well. Now, quick note, I replaced the original Shockwave hands for this review. I have these non-F hands that I actually did a review on earlier. You can check that out right there. So those look really good, but for the sake of the review, I decided to swap back in the original fists. Anyway, back to the articulation. He's got a waist rotation. The head is on a ball joint, can look up, down, all around. Legs, nice ratchets. So they can go up and down, in and out. There's a rotation, of course. Knees have a ratcheting bend as well. And he's got a very, very slight ankle tilt. I mean, you're not going to get anything major, but there you go. He also has the rubber hose here. It's connected to the figure with one that's not going to come off, so you only have this one end that you can move around, but it can go on the side of the arm, underneath the arm, here on his backpack, or up here on the shoulder. But G1 fans, it goes on the arm. Now, he does have this backpack, but it's not really that distracting. I've seen a lot worse Shockwave backpacks. So, yeah, I really like this figure. He looks awesome. Now, what do you do with all those parts? Well, let's get them all back in frame. You got the wings and this section here. You can actually add all these parts onto Shockwave for battle armor, I guess is what it's supposed to be. So what you're going to need to do first is separate these guns from the wings. They're a little tight. Get those apart. Go ahead and do both sides, or both wings. Take this fin right here and fold in. Do that on both. And now these will connect in this hole on the bottom of Shockwave's foot. There's also a little slot right there on the end. That'll go in as well. Peg that in. So now Shockwave has Predaking feet. Let me go ahead and zoom out slightly. Okay, now what we're going to do is take this section right here, this gun section. You're going to move the gun down. And inside here, you're going to see a peg. This peg lines up to the hole in Shockwave's shoulder. So you're going to attach this, and it'll slot in. Other one, the same thing. Get the gun down. Line that peg up with the hole in the shoulder. Maneuver the gun around accordingly. There we go. And now this backpack section, this is actually going to fit over top of Shockwave's backpack he has on right now. Let's see. There's little, get it back in camera. These little sections right here, make sure those face toward the back. Actually, probably have to move the hose out of the way. Actually, I may be wrong. Face it the other direction. There we go. Put the backpack back on. And then these rear flaps back here, you can kind of maneuver around however you want. Usually I flare them out slightly. You can take the little guns on the inside, collapse them in. Let me get Shockwave all reattached here. You have his hose, and now what I do is I take the hose and now attach to the extra gun arm. So you have that going on. So there is Shockwave in his Siege battle mode. And I'm sorry, I think that looks ridiculous. He's like a Cybertron Goro. Now, granted, he does have a lot of articulation. These extra gun arms, there is an elbow bend. They can rotate. They can bend at the elbow, in and out, both sides. But I think that looks ridiculous. Now, there is another option. Let me go ahead and get all these pieces and parts off of Shockwave. Now, here's what you can do with the parts if you don't want to display them on Shockwave. You're going to take this section here and rotate these cannons back up. Get those around, rotate, and there is a little tab right here that will tab these two pieces together. So you've got this going on. Then you're going to take the double barrel guns and see the peg there. You're going to match it up with the hole there. Actually, on the other side. So the double barrel guns are on the bottom. Same peg and hole situation though. So peg that in. You're going to take the other and do the exact same thing. So squeeze those together. There's a little peg that connects them, and you've got this going on. Then you're going to take the gun wing section. See that peg? Matches up to that hole. And do the same with the other side. And there you have Shockwave's battle sled. You can actually, he's got the pegs there up top, matching to the pegs on his feet. So now you got Shockwave riding this thing. And it's awkward, it's goofy, but I can't even get him on there right. Kind of got to get him squat down. He's surfing, cowabunga dude. So yeah, you got that option right there. Now, another surprise option I discovered. Take Shockwave off, push this back together, flip it around, make sure these sections right here are facing up. Take the gun arms, lift up, and you're going to angle those in slightly, like so. And what you have here is a Cybertronian cell phone holder. Hey, I love that guy. Now for some quick size comparison, here is War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave with Generation 1 Shockwave, Combiner Wars Legends Shockwave, my autographed Transformers Prime Shockwave, and Siege Megatron. As you can see, Shockwave just doesn't qualify for a leader class figure. Now, of course, he's shown here without his armor, but the only height difference he'll have with the armor is if you give him these foot plates. So we'll go ahead and snap those on real quick, just so I can show you the height difference. There's not much. He's still slightly shorter than Megatron, comparing Megatron's tank tread to his backpack. So yeah, there you go. Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave is a fantastic looking figure. The vintage toy throwbacks in this guy just bring out the G1 kid in me and just makes him absolutely giddy. It's just too bad he comes with all this other junk. But unfortunately, that junk is what you need for his alt mode. So there you go, guys. Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave. So, does a War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave belong in your collection? Absolutely, but only at a discounted price. I personally do not see the sense of paying $50 for a Voyager class figure. And I don't know of any collector who's displaying him in Goro mode or on his Hellfire hoverboard. I mean, I, for one, this stuff is going in my storage bin, my parts box. Shockwave, he's just going on the shelf just like this. So if you can find a Siege Shockwave for around $30, $35 or less, jump on it. I mean, I think he's on Amazon right now for about $40. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, he's a great figure, but not worth that retail price. And guys, I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out my videos. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. As I said, I am trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of October for TFCon in Reston, Virginia. And believe me, when I hit 2,000, there's going to be a raffle. And that raffle is going to be for some Patriot Prime swag. I think I'm going to give away 2 t-shirts, 1 t-shirt for each 1,000 subscribers, so keep an eye on this channel for any updates. Don't forget to check out my series, The Sit Rep, where I sit down and talk to other Transformer collector YouTubers. We have a blast talking about those plastic robots. I have had guests from all over the States and all over the world. Scotland, the UK, Canada, bunch of great people and fellow YouTubers. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. This is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah! don't know any collector who's going to display him with all this extra junk. And I don't think anybody's going to display him with it on his